And some of you are grumpy right now. I can hear you. So what? Am I supposed to not act grumpy when I am? Should I just put up with bad things and hide my feelings?
You must be grumpy.
No, it's not helpful to deny your emotions either. And have you noticed that with the stress that comes with being super irritable and angry, your pain goes up too? Well, if you have noticed it, it's because it's true. Studies have found that higher levels of anger are directly linked to higher levels of pain, including in chronic pain syndromes.
Oh, why do my actions have consequences?
My theory is the most likely culprit is the fact that anger kind of keeps the whole nervous system in this hypersensitive state, which causes high levels of cortisol in the body, which can be very damaging to the body over a long period of time.
This is incredible. Some kind of fight or flight thing.
And the other thing is, in the moment, with that extra energy, you also become incredibly stupid. It's like our inner caveman comes out. Our brain shuts down and we just go on instinct. Me hurt, me must hurt other person too.
Me next no, out me way.
Look, when a person is even just irritable, their stress hormones surge into action and they enter into the fight or flight state. Any minor annoyance is basically treated by your nervous system as though you are in a life or death situation that you need to get out of. Gee, I wonder why when we're super irritable, we bark, chastise, and yell at people around us. I mean, if we were caught in a bear trap, we'd probably be the same way.
Your foot's caught in a bear trap, you're gonna start talking crazy.
And man, is it so dang hard to control yourself when you get in that brainless, angry state. I hate it.
Oh, that makes me angry.
But here's the thing. We can control ourselves. We just might need, some help and a few tips or tricks. And you're in luck, because I'm going to give you a few of my personal tips that help me and a few I found from the internet. And then we're going to keep talking about this. So there's more after that. Just, FYI.
Okay, I'm gonna trust you.
So here's what's helped me. So when I'm super irritable and I kind of am getting into an argument, I try to stop myself and to think of these three things. Because I need to find out if my anger in that moment is warranted or if it's me overreacting. Because sometimes anger is warranted, you guys. My first question I ask myself is, am I being harmed? I mean, let's face it, sometimes being angry, being in the fight or flight response is the correct response to a situation. I mean, we've all seen that one classmate or a coworker that never stood up for themselves. So don't think that you have to completely suppress your anger forever in every situation because that's just not how life works. God gave us anger for a reason. We just need to use it wisely. Someone disagreeing with us is not bringing harm to you. So that leads us to the second question you got to ask yourself. Will blowing up about this change anything in a positive way or get results? If fighting or arguing or whatever is happening isn't going to bring out any positive results, what literally is the point of doing it? All you'll be doing then, if you're getting in a meaningless fight, is causing harm to yourself or others, either mentally, physically, or emotionally.
Well, you little...
Which kind of brings me to the third question I ask myself when I'm trying not to get into an argument, a fight, or whatever is, will I even remember this fight in a few months? Sometimes in the moment, we get super upset about things that are actually really trivial. But they don't seem trivial in the moment. Again, caveman brain, it shuts off. This good, this bad. So a good way to see past that red is to be like, in a few months, will this have mattered to me? If you probably don't think it'll matter in a few months, it's probably not worth fighting about now.
Don't do it.
But are you still not convinced that working on your anger is worth the effort? I mean, who is it really hurting? Well, You know that little thing I like to harp on in my videos that everyone should have called a support system? Yeah, that. Anger completely affects your support system negatively.
I've tried really hard to be your friend. I never asked you to do that.
You didn't have to because that's what friends do.
Look, anger causes you to lash out at those closest to you in word or in action. And how is that not going to affect your support system? You may think it's not, but it is, I guarantee it. I mean, you're going to lose people. If people have to walk on eggshells around you, even when they're trying to help you, they're not going to want to keep continuing to try and help you.
Holy eggshells!
Not to mention, it makes people less likely to care or try to understand you. Think about it. People have a hard enough time understanding what we're going through. But now they're being put in a defensive mode, and the whole, caveman brain thing starts where your brain shuts down and you're in defensive mode, fight or flight. It makes it even harder for them to hear you and what you need. Don't forget to subscribe. Now, the internet has a few suggestions too for irritability and anger, and I picked and chose kind of the best ones to give to you guys. So, number one suggestion is know your triggers. If you know this thing will always trigger you, be aware of it. Warn people about it. Tell them not to bring up this topic. Many families have a rule during Thanksgiving to not bring up politics.
We always discuss politics at the table.
We actually have that rule for this channel. No politics allowed. Why? People on both sides have chronic illness. We're not excluding anyone here.
I don't like it, but I understand.
Number two from the internet, change life habits that are helping cause the problem. For instance, like alcohol can cause it, having too much caffeine.
Sweet, calm down. Have some coffee.
No sleep, being hangry, or even the meds you're on.
Side effects include mood swings, increased irritability, and swelling of one or more boobs.
There was a couple meds I've been on in the last year that made me so irritable and so angry. I had to get off of them because it was making home life miserable. I am not taking something that makes me turn into a complete and utter butthead. Suggestion from the internet number three, clear your head, go for a walk, watch a video, play a video game, take a hot shower, do something to clear your head when you're about to be angry. Try and stop it in its tracks. You're too late! Internet suggestion number four, stop bad thought patterns. Your head wants to obsess about other people. It wants to try and get angry, but giving into that anger will really cause situations that aren't even warranted. I mean, have you ever been in a conversation with someone and you get mad and they're confused about why you're mad? And then it turns out you took something the wrong way or read into what they were saying too much and turned it into something it actually wasn't. This happens a lot with married couples.
But Marge always told me communication is bad for a marriage.
I said it was good.
You said what was good?
That's what's happening there. You gotta stop doing that. You gotta just take things for what they are. Try not to obsess or focus on how you're a victim. A good thing to try and get your head out of that space is doing gratitude exercises. Spend 10 minutes a day journaling what you're grateful for. A roof over your head, food in your mouth, the fact that you can go to the bathroom on your own, the fact that you can still do things if you can go still do things, the fact that you have helpful YouTube channels to go to and friends online to talk to. Focus on trying to be grateful for what you have and don't diminish them. Trick number 5 from the internet, smile. Did you know you can literally trick your brain into being happy by smiling a lot? If you keep smiling, whether you want to or not, it tricks your brain into being happy. The same goes for laughing. You can fake laugh and fake laugh and fake laugh, and it'll trick your brain. Pretty neat, huh? Tip from the internet number 6, meditation. If you're constantly battling anger, why don't you try daily meditation? Focus on breathing, Focus on the air flowing in and out of your lungs. And when thoughts enter your mind, which they will, put it over here. And then refocus on your breathing. Doing mindfulness meditation is actually shown to lower emotional reactivity to distressing situations or thoughts. So it does work. It just takes practice.
I'm just in a little funk right now, and everything's gonna be fine.
Being in a funk, especially when you're just plain old irritable, can be really hard to get out of because it creates this super crazy negative feedback loop. Being irritable makes me hyper focus on every little thing and see it as, instead of a minor annoyance, a super annoyance.
As you can see, this planet is annoying and everything is annoying.
Not to mention, negative moods are just plain old contagious. Irritable people cause stress for those around them, which makes those people irritable too. Think of someone at your job as irritable. It gets passed to you. You take it home and pass it to your spouse or your kids. It just kind of keeps going.
Okay, if everyone's finished being stupid.
I had more, but you go ahead.
What I'm trying to say, you guys, is managing anger and irritability is not easy. It can feel super justified. And the urge to just lash out at someone being dumb is so very strong, especially when those people are being obnoxious or rude.
Everybody is so stupid.
I mean, seriously, your brain is screaming at you that if you don't fight back, the other person wins and they've taken advantage of you. But in reality, if you just slow down a little bit, ask yourself those 3 questions I mentioned earlier, and try and calm down in the moment, you'll realize you're not losing and you're not even giving in. But what you are doing is regaining control of yourself.
Control. You must bring control.
Realize that controlling your anger is not just giving in to people who don't deserve it. You need your support system, especially when you have a chronic illness or disability.
I implore you to reconsider.
Okay.
Speaking of support, I would really like to thank @AngelaMenrique9416 for suggesting this episode in the comments. It took me a while, but I did get to it. So thank you so much for putting up with how long it took to get it to you. And if you guys want to see some more chronic illness related episodes, try one of these. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, and keep on surviving, my friends.